What's up, guys? So, what I thought I would do with you guys today is run through my Golden Trophy 557 solo speed run and give you guys some tips and hints on how to effectively speed run it solo. I know I have a solo tutorial that's just kind of get you through it. This is more or less to kind of help you get moving faster. I see a lot of people who want to speed run and they think the main only thing is that you have to move fast, and while that is a very big part of speed running, there is a much bigger part, and that is planning and strategizing your run. So I figured I would just kind of go through my run with you guys, tell you why I was doing certain things in certain orders, and hopefully this will help you guys kind of speed up a little bit. Hopefully it helps you out. If it does, I hope you consider subbing to the channel. A like on the video would just mean the world to me. And yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. And also, this new update won't let my mouth move while I'm talking. I am talking. I don't know why it does this. It's so annoying. Alright, let's go. Okay. For the sake of not being demonetized, I'm going to remove the audio from the original because it has music in it. So, starting out, pretty obvious, you're going to want to jump ahead, grab that bow on one jump, and hop out. Take out these two guys pretty quick, pretty self-explanatory, until you get right down here. Now, once you get down here and you cross this threshold here, you're going to get one goblin spawn by the exit and two more across the hall. Once that happens, you have to take out those three to spawn the last four to get out. So you're going to want to cross that threshold as quickly as possible. Okay, second act, once you cross this threshold here, you'll spawn in the bat in front of you, the two in the cove to the left, and then one behind you. I like to work them counterclockwise, seems to work best, moving the whole time you're shooting. Moving up, pretty straightforward, just take these two out, and then there's another threshold to start this spawn here. And once you cross that threshold, you'll spawn in those enemies in the back, and I just like to work those in a clockwise order. Once you take all these guys out, you'll get this big section back here in the cove, one over here by the door, and then that guy and that guy there. Once you take out all but one of those, you're going to spawn the last wave, and you're going to want to be near the back to take out those two in the hallway. That is probably the hardest shot in the whole run. Next level is pretty straightforward, just run down here. Now once you cross this threshold here, you'll spawn in the three flyers behind you. Now what you want to do is you want to get out of their line of sight, because the flyers, if they can see you, will fire at you, and then they will try to run away and hide. So you can see that I scoot up, try and take out all these guys up forward, and then I come back hoping that they've worked their way down a little bit to me. Makes that shot a lot easier than having them shoot at you and then go running up the stairwell. From there, it's pretty straightforward. Just run down here, take these guys out as quickly as possible, and try and make sure that you're on the platform as soon as possible to go straight through that door. So this act, you're going to want to go right, get these guys, spin around, get those guys and those guys over there. And what I like to do with these bats here, normally they didn't quite work out for me here, but usually I will split shot them. If you've ever seen me do that, I will take one arrow and hit one and then hit another one with a second arrow, because you only have to hit them once. Once they hit the lava, they're gonna die. Then I like to go into this cove over here, and what I do that for is once you take out this guy across the hall over here, this barrel will spawn right on top of you, and you can take him out super quick. Now, used to you could just fling these barrels off by hitting them with your bow. You still can do it on occasions, but you need to try to lift from the base. Otherwise, they just kind of rubber band back, but you still can do that. After that, it's just cleaning up and getting out of there. So you're just wanting to constantly be teleporting towards that door while you're shooting. Next act, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go right, because you actually don't have to do the entire left side. This is pretty straightforward. Take these guys out. You got these flyers over here, that flyer, and once you take him out, you got one behind you. And once you cross down over here, you're going to spawn in these 3 guys. So I like to go over there and get them to spawn in as early as possible. And then once you cross this threshold here, you're going to spawn in that entire last wave by the exit. So I like to put 1 teleport over and get them spawned, and then we go up to the top up here to finish the left side. Now as long as you don't cross this threshold here, you will not spawn in the rest of this side, and you won't have to do it. So I like to take these guys out without crossing into the room and then coming back and finishing up with the last wave. Now once you take out the flyers up there, you'll spawn in 2 of these green goblins back here, and they can spawn on either side of the hallway. So you want to stay back there, take those out. Once you do that, you'll spawn in your last 2, you can get out of there. So Act 6, this one is probably one of the hardest ones. It's also one of the most dynamic levels in the run. So this can actually make or break your run right here. So first one is that second wave there. They can spawn on either side. Hopefully they spawn all on your side. Once you get rid of these 2 barrels here, again you can flip them. It's really hard now. Once you get rid of these 2, this is going to be the biggest dynamic spawn. So your biggest priority for this last wave are the 2 flyers. Everything else is going to follow you. The flyers will shoot, and then they're going to run and hide. Now I have found that if I come up by the entrance, at least 70% of the time I will get at least one of the flyers up here, and around 30 to 40% I can get both of them. I got really lucky in this run, got both of them up here. So biggest thing last wave is find those flyers, and then just kill everything else as quickly as you can, always teleporting towards the door. You want to be on that platform when that last enemy is dead. Alright, Act 7, you have these 4 guys at the beginning. Once you take out 3 of them, you're going to spawn in 2 more green guys. I like to get those guys spawned in and then move up and just let them follow me into this room up here. This is also another really hectic part of the run. Moving up, once you take out this guy and these 2 here, you'll get another spawn behind you. And then this one's kind of dynamic. Just go ahead and get what spawns back there. Turn around, work your way up here. You're 9 times out of 10, you're going to get this red guy spawn behind you. Now you can keep moving forward and he will follow you, but I have found that a lot of times he will get hung on this post here, and you have to come back for him. So I've gotten to where I would just turn around, shoot him right there, and be done with it. Then moving up into this next hall, I like to go ahead and just pop a few arrows in this barrel so that he'll go ahead and start his move forward. And then this is another really big randomizer for the speed runs. I would say probably 70% of the time you're going to get this spawn where you get this red guy here, you'll get 2 green guys behind you, and then once you take out them, you'll get another red guy up there. And that can, add 5 seconds probably to your speed run. I was unfortunate, got it in this run, but it still worked out pretty well for me. If you do get it, you're just going to want to be right in this area. Go ahead and start working on those end guys. Get those 2 as they come around the corner, and then again work your way to the platform as quickly as possible. Get out of there. Moving into Act 8, this one has a lot of dynamic spawns, so you're going to want to kind of be ready for them. I like to take these guys out, and then that guy back there is my main priority because he will run off and hide if you don't get him. Everything else should be pretty out in the open. Could have some guys up in this tunnel beside you, so be ready for them. Once you take them out, you'll get the 4 flyers. They can be over here, or they can be at the tunnel on the other end. Can be any combination. Just be ready for them. Once you take those guys out, you'll get these red guys, and these can be a little bit of a nuisance. They can either spawn here at this tunnel, or they can spawn back by the entrance, and you can get any number at any spot. So you're hoping to get as many as possible here. I got 3 here, which really helped me, and you're just going to want to try and snipe that one that spawns up by the entrance as best you can, and then move back here and get ready for this barrel. Once you take him out, you'll run up over here, get this other guy, pretty simple. And then once you take him out, you're going to want to be ready for these flyers. And I like to hide in this little section here, right on the outside of that lip, so that this axe guy cannot hit me. Once you move there, he will start his charge attack, but he won't hit you there. And once you get there, you're going to want to start sniping that
red bat on the far end and trying to get him taken care of as quickly as possible so you can get moving up here. Last spawn, again, can be pretty dynamic. Your main focus is going to be that barrel and the bats, because the bats can shoot at you all the way across the room. They can also fly away and try and hide once they've fired, so take care of them. Don't miss that guy. Moving into the boss, this one has changed quite a bit since I did it. When I did this run, you could teleport straight through him, which made it a lot easier. Now you have to kind of teleport around him. He is a physical object. That's going to be the biggest difference, and probably the main thing that's going to keep people from getting such good speed runs in the future. Hopefully they do away with that, but for now you just kind of have to teleport around him as quickly as possible. And at this point in the run, for me, it's do or die. I'm not even worried about the enemies. I'm just worried about the boss. If an enemy gets to me and kills me, then it wasn't going to be the run anyway. I was looking for the absolute fastest possible time, so I wasn't even worried about them. Well, that concludes my solo Golden Trophy run, and just kind of wanted to give you guys a rundown on my thought process, what I was doing throughout the run. Hopefully that helped you guys out. If it did, I hope you'll consider a sub to the channel, a like on the video, maybe share it with someone you think might like it. It would mean the world to me. Just appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below. I can do it with all our other speed runs, tell you kind of how we strategized, why people were going certain directions, who was doing what. But yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know down below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.